Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. John is a member of a recreational bowling league. His bowling scores from 2006 to 2015 can be modeled by the equation P equals to 80.5 positive 16.8 times T, where T represents the number of years since I joined the league in 2006 and P represents the average number of points I scored per game. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 16.8 in the equation? Okay, so we have to interpret this number 16.8 in this equation, and T represents the number of years since he joined the league 2006. That is, T represents the year 2006, and this P represents the average number of points scored by John per game. Okay, so when I take T equals to 0, that represents the year 2006. That is the starting value of T, because 2006 is a starting year. Okay, so in the year 2006, what is the average number of points scored per game by John? For that, we have to plug in T is equal to 0 into this equation. Then I'm getting P equals to 80.5 positive 16.8 times 0. Then I'm getting P equals to 16.8 times 0 is 0. 0 is added to this value. I'm getting 80.5. So that is in the year 2006, the average number of points scored by John per game is 80.5. Okay, when I plug in T equals to 1, that represents the year 2007. Okay, now let's find the average number of points scored per game by John. We have to plug in T is equal to 1 in this equation. Okay, so then I'm getting P equals to 80.5 positive 16.8 times 1. So P equals to 80.5 positive 16.8 times 1 is just 16.8. So the average number of points scored per game by John in the year 2007 is 80.5 positive 16.8. Okay, if I plug in T equals to 2, that represents the year 2008. Okay, now to find the average points scored by John per game. So what in the year 2008, what we have to do is we have to plug in T equals to 2 into the same equation. Then I'm getting P equals to 80.5 positive 16.8 times 2. So P equals to 80.5 positive. Instead of multiplying 16.8 by 2, we can write this 16.8 two times. That is 16.8 positive 16.8. Okay, now let's see the pattern. So in the beginning year, that is in 2006, the average points scored per game by John is 80.5. So after 1 year, that is in 2007, this 80.5 is increased by 16.8. That is the average points scored per game by John in the year 2007 is 80.5 positive 16.8. Okay, so now let's go to the year 2008. Actually, in this value, so the sum of 80.5 and 16.8, this represents the average points scored per game by John in the year 2007, but it has been increased by 16.8. So again, from 2007 to 2008, the average points scored per game by John is increased by 16.8. Here the pattern clearly shows every year the average number of points John scored increases by 16.8. So let's keep this stuff in our mind and go over the answer choices here. Okay, let me go over the answer choice A. The total number of points John scored in 2006. Actually, according to the question, we have to find the best interpretation of the number 16.8 in this equation. Okay, answer choice A says the total number of, the 16.8 represents the total number of points John scored in 2006. That's incorrect. Actually, we got the average points scored by John in the year 2006, that is 80.5. To get the total number of points, we have to multiply this average points scored per game, 80.5, by number of games. So definitely that will be a different number. So the information given by answer choice A is inappropriate for the start for what we have discussed over the pattern here. So let's reject answer choice A. Now let's go to answer choice B. The average number of points John scored per game in 2006. Already we got the average number of points John scored per game in 2006, that is 80.5. But answer choice B says the 16.8 represents the average number of points John scored per game in 2006. So this is also incorrect. We can reject answer choice B as well. Okay, now let's go to answer choice C. The yearly increase in the average number of points John scored per game. So this is exactly what we have discussed over here. That is, when I look at the pattern over here, every year the average points scored by John per game increases by 16.8. So that's what is said exactly by the information we have in answer choice C. That is yearly increase in the average number of points John scored per game. The 16.8 represents the yearly increase in the average number of points. Okay, so the correct answer choice for this question is C. Anyways, we can go over the answer choice D as well. The average number of games John played each year. No, the 16.8 does not represent the average number of games. So we can reject answer choice D as well. So the correct answer choice for this question is C.